So once a month on Patreon, we do this like Patreon team submission post. People can post other teams. They can say what they want me to do with it. This is a team submitted by Darcy. They say they would like my opinion on the team they made and see if there's something I'd change. They really like it. They got to Master Ball with it. And they talked about their Magearna EV spread with room service. And I wanted to break that down just a little bit before we get into the games. This is the Magearna set that they submitted. And you can see that they have 16 EVs invested in like a 0 IV speed reduced Magearna. There's a little bit more optimal way to do that. So I'll show that right here. So you can see this is the one that they submitted. And it's never really worth it to put EVs in a Pokemon that you're not going to use all of your IVs in. So what you would really want to do, I know that the Pokeball Magearna I think comes with 0 IVs, which is why it'd be hard to do this, but if you were able to get another Magearna, it'd be a lot more optimal to go something like this. Just soft reset a Magearna if it's possible until you get, or on any Pokemon for example, until you only have 4 IVs, so that way you're still getting the same 64 here, but you're able to take those extra 16 points, combine them with the 4 you already had in Spadef, and go for 20 in Spadef instead. So it's just a little bit more optimal. You can even put that 20 in defense or anything like that, but it's going to be a couple more points than you already had, and it's just a little bit more optimal way to use your EVs instead of putting EVs in a stat that you're not even using all your IVs for. Imagine your IVs as like freebies. You don't want to, waste your EVs on something you can get for free. The rest of the team actually is really cool. Standard Palkia, I like the Fire Blast to be able to cover Shedinja. Incineroar is pretty cool. I like personally seeing more attack in my Incineroars than Spadef, but I understand on Citrus Berries in Sins with like Sun, this lets you proc your Citrus against Ogres in the correct situation, so it's good stuff. Great Groudon Assault Vest set. I do like this a lot. Yveltal, always pretty standard. Pretty good EV spread. I like the fact that you cut up those last 8 into defense and Spadef instead of just putting them in HP. The Entity, I think I have a little bit of a problem with. I think the Energy Ball's there for probably like Gastro and other things like that, but I'm always a big fan of going like speed reduced to 0 IV speed on my Entities, so I can underspeed things like Rillabooms, which are a problem for this team, because it can really pin Palkia and Groudon. So I would say that I like using a bulkier Entity, but that's just my opinion. I do understand the value of running a very, very aggressive Entity with like Expanding Force and Energy Ball, and this Entity can outspeed things thanks to the use of like, it can kind of work inside of Trick Room and outside of Trick Room. We do have the option for Tailwind, so I understand what it's for. And the fact that it outspeeds Groudon is pretty nice too, but I do think that I would still personally prefer a slower Entity, especially on a team that uses like Room Service Magearna. So hopefully we can have a good time with this team. Hopefully we can have a good time, and let's get into some games with this and see if we can actually win some. Zacian. All right, so this is a good board for us. We can just lead Entity TR and goes up. The only thing that they can do to stop it is TRS with Whims. So they can Trick Room our Trick Room, and that is by far and away their only out possible, right? And so I can stop that a couple different ways. I can lead Incineroar and a Trick Room setter. Like if I were to lead Palkia Incineroar, Trick Room would go up 100% of the time. How many people are Master Ball? There is no cutoff. You can have an unlimited amount. Let me think about this though. Palkia is kind of nice versus this team. Incin is nice as well, because you can just fake out the Zacian or fake out the Whims. I don't think that we're getting Trick Room by the Whims though. So that means I'd like to go Magearna. I'd like to go Entity, have them KO it, and then bring out my Palkia. And then I'd also like to be able to bring out my Groudon in case, they go Zard. We'll try these. So we'll try these 4 for the first game. Probably Taunt Thundy. Taunt Thundy won't work on redirection though. So it probably is Taunt Thundy though. Well, that could definitely be a Defiant Thundy. I think their only out here is Trick Room with Whimsicott. And if they Trick Room and don't lead Zard, Entity Sash will make it so like I don't get rolled over by like a Zacian, because they have to double up into that slot. So I think I'm going to be okay here. But we'll see. We will see. I can't imagine someone would make a team that has this bad of a matchup against TR. They could also just lead like double Rock Slide. They have at least Rock Slide on Groudon potentially. So we'll see. I feel like Zard Groudon lead is coming. Yeah, that's definitely an option. Zard Groudon's a good lead against this. But like it would lose to Palkia. So that thing is like, yeah, if I just let Palkia, I'd be fine. So absolutely 0 ways for this team to stop Trick Room other than like crit Magearna. Because I think I can eat the Heat Wave. And if you can't eat the Heat Wave with the Magearna, maybe we talk about putting some EVs and Magearna on Spadef. I actually run my Magearnas with full HP and mostly Spadef to stop Zard Heat Waves. So that's what I do. Yeah, let's go for the Trick Room and just go for the Follow Me. Let's try it. If they switch out Thundy for Groudon, yeah, okay, they're not. I wonder what they're doing. Are they? There's no way they're taunting. There's a literally Psychic Train on the board. There's a Psychic Train. Maybe. Oh wait, they're not Prankster, and they just have Taunt. That's kind of clean. That's kind of clean. There's the Heat Whip. I shouldn't die. Sick. And they would have been risking a Policy in that situation, which like, do not recommend, but it's okay. All right, so Trick Room is up. Let's think about what we do here. I think I'm going to 4-cannon the Thundy slot. I think if it already showed Taunt, it has a lower % chance. I think they run Taunt instead of Protect because they can just max and go max guard on the Taunt. Zard probably does have Protect. So we'll just do it like this. We're not going to max the Magearna. So we'll see what happens. Thundy can max guard. It's not that great though. And Zard actually might get KO'd by this Entity. I'm not kidding. Are they maxing? That could be Thundy. I don't think you can... Oh, yeah, I guess you can get Charizard in that Pokeball now. I think it's so dumb that like you can catch all these Mons and max raids now. Because like I never know what Mons max is. It's like in any other gen, you wouldn't be able to have Charizard in anything other than a Pokeball. Yeah, it's completely fine if they want to go Zard here. We're just going to bring up Groudon. The reason we brought Groudon was to check Zard with the Max Rock Ball. So we're okay. Protect Thundy or no? No. Cool. So Thundy's just gone. Thundy's just donezo. If you switched in Groudon, or switched in Groudon and Magearna when did I first turn? Oh, definitely, probably. But we talked about what you would do in that situation, what we would do to stop it. Like, what I said you should do. Because remember, we're fixing a Patreon team. What I do on my Magearnas, if I want them to actually live through things, is I put heavy Spadef so that lead can't happen. You could put heavy Spadef and like a Shuka Berry, you know? And that way you can't die to the Groudon or the Zard. But yes, that would have been problematic. But the thing is, he also has to like hit the Heat Wave. He has to switch the Groudon in. That's a lot of damage. Do we even need to bring in? Do we crit the Zard, or that's just how much damage that did? That's a lot of damage, by the way. I'm gonna bring. Do I bring the Palkia or the Groudon here? I think I want to bring in Palkia, because like we can just Wormwind the Zard. I would hate to bring in, because I don't know if they're bringing in Zacian here. How's it going?
Yeah, that's right.
There's a Zacian. Yeah, I didn't want to see Groudon versus that, because like imagine if like, see, because right now they're just kind of split in a couple different ways. I can do like 2 or 3 different things here. Fire Blast should KO Zacian. Actually, I don't know how much special attack investment we have here. On Palkia, do we have a lot? We have a lot. Okay. I guess we could just follow me and Wormwind. And then they KO that, and then I get to bring out Groudon. I like that play. I could also just switch in Groudon and max for the Zacian, but I think there's a good chance Zacian protects. Let's just play... Oh, we can't follow me. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Oh, shit, I got timed. Oh, that's what I get for fucking reading the chat. Oh, my God. I'm just going to lose this game. I'm literally just going to lose the game. Oh, my God, the double switch. Holy shit. If we lock ourselves into Spatial Rend and Expanding Force, we got shots. Because we'll kill the Zard, but, like... Alright, we did it. I don't know who... I don't know what slot is getting Spatial Rended. Yo, misplay into outplay. Dude, this team building though. Oh, that was freaking hilarious, man. That was funny. That's what I get for reading the chat. Alright, let's see. So Zacian's gonna come back out. The reason it switched. It's a weird switch, right? So weird. How many turns on Trick Room I got left? Like 1 or 2? Uno dos? I got 2, so I can double into the Zacian slot. How are the ranked battles? This is the first one. This is game 1. Zarude can protect this turn, and yes, they can go for the Snarl, but still, if they double up into it next turn, get it. This also resets my entity's ability to follow me against the Volcanion whatever later on in the game. So we should be fine. Snarl spam, it doesn't matter. I don't want to grind back to 500. Yeah, it sucks, man. I mean, the reset comes a couple days, right? Oofs into wins, that's right, yo. Always lucky, yo. So, hey, you know what? It's just good team building. They put their expanding force and their special runs on top. Yo, no protects, so this should get the KO. This is an almost full special attack Palkia with the Sun boost from Groudon, so really, really good stuff there. And I don't care about Snarl. Nice Snarl, bro. Volcanion for victory. It's Victini for victory. Yeah, then we just win. It's actually more power to use the Spatial Rend here because we have the Lustrous Orb. So it's a stab plus the 1.2 versus like the... Actually, is it? No. Stab. No, it's stronger to use Max Flare. Sunny. Forgot. Sunny's a bigger boost. We'll just T-Punch because it's funny. Yeah, that's the play though. Always play against better people. So we'll take those wins. That guy just didn't have a Trickermancer, so we'll take the win. Let's think about this. This is actually a really cool one. Magearna should be able to win this matchup easy if I play it right. If I play Magearna correctly, we should be able to win this matchup very easy. I think you can get away with leading it. I think Magearna's a good lead. They have NDD, but like I'm thinking what I need to... lead with Magearna. I don't think you want to go NDD, but like it's not even bad. Like realistically, it's not. Vested Groudon could be okay, but I bet that Ogre's slower than me. So I want to save Groudon for after as like a switch in. So maybe we just leave like a parting shot. I guess we could lead Yveltal. No, I think that like Palkia is also a really good lead versus this guy. Unless that's like a Scarf Regidrago. I'll lead the... I don't know if I want Palkia here though. No, Palkia is fine. Bring Groudon, and then like I don't really like the Incin. I'll bring the Entity instead. Alright, let's try this. Yeah, Riol was good. Riol was a good Pokemon. Yeah, we'll see. We should be able to get this win because our Magearna's Room Service. Like, Room Service Magearna should be able to clean this one up. It basically locks out their Drago, so the mons they should be bringing are a mixture of like Kyogre, Kali, with like maybe Incin Riolu or maybe Entity Riolu. I don't think it would be Entity and Sin. So if we see either the Incin or the Entity, the other won't be coming probably. I doubt they're still going to go Drago. I have Palkia, which sucks, you know, but I also still have Magearna. I'd fodder the Palkia to take out the Drago. Or trade with Drago's partner and just ignore Drago for the rest of the game. Cool. So it's going to be these two plus Kyogre. And like, let's realistically think about what else is going to happen here. I could stop the Trick Room, I just don't think I want to or have to. Kind of want to get a Steel Spike boost right now. Like, Steel Spike boost kind of nice. Don't want to waste the max turns. No, I don't have to. Yeah, I gotta get this captain board. That's the one thing about Palkia. It sucks that all of its moves are like low accuracy. Girachi is cool. Extra's hard to use in this format. I wonder if they're just gonna max and like Quake my ass. That would suck, by the way. If they just went like coaching Quake. Oh, that would make me really sad, actually. I mean, I should have maxed it. I should have maxed Magearna. I should have maxed Magearna. This is a misplay for me. I should have maxed it. Because like we don't care about his TR because we underspeed it now. So Trick Room is completely fine. As long as we can kill this Entity and stop them from getting a coaching boost, this is fine. Because they have to bring in like something good. Like, if they bring in the Entity for redirection, that's completely fine. If they bring in the Kyogre, we have Palkia, right? Sick. It's really, really good that we took that out. Because this is going to give Magearna a +1. But yes, I should have Steel Spiked. I definitely should have Steel Spiked to give ourselves a +1. My fault. Alright, so we have a great matchup versus Kyogre. This might make them bring an Indeedee, so we can just Steel Spike versus that. Technically, we could also like think about maxing Palkia too, and just go for Wormwinds. Could have done the same play there, but I think the why is Riolu there? Riolu's really good. So there's the Ogre. This is completely fine. We just get it off the board. They can't Oko us. I don't know if that's policy on the Cali. That's the thing I'm worried about. I'll go for 1 Starfall. Yeah, it's there for Prankster. We could Trick Room the Trick Room if we felt like it here, but I don't think we have to. So we're going to get... Oh, we don't get a Steel Spike boost here. I really should have already maxed that. That's my fault. Let's just Spatial Run the Kyogre. It's fine. If they take us out here, I bring in... I think I bring in Indeedee. They're probably White Herb, if I'm being completely honest. They're probably White Herb. But yeah, I should have been getting defense boost this whole time. We do underspeed the Cali. So like next turn, we can just Max Guard and protect whatever Pokemon we want to in the back. And then we just Oko with a Max Steel Spike, and we don't even worry about policy. But we'll see. Now, they said that this one underspeeds. I haven't actually seen it underspeed yet, but they say it underspeeds with Room Service. Yeah, awesome. So Starfall, gonna do good damage versus Ogre, who's probably vested. I'd love to still get a KO. This is Illustrious Orb boosted Spatial Rend. Oh, I just set the terrain though. I'm an idiot. Oh, it's my fault. I should have Hydroed then. Right? There's the Quake. It's in a Spadef boost. That's a misplay from me. Okay. We'll see what the Kyogre's even doing. It's probably Opulsing, right? Thunder? Spatial Run. We underspeed Kyogre. Wow. Weird. Damn. Almost. That was a crit, too. That went through the Spadef boost. And they go for the Ice Beam. Cool. It doesn't matter if they go for Palkia. It really doesn't. Awesome. So things are going okay. This is their last max turn. What's their policy? Their policy. Sets Train Dragon, but I know never lucky, right? What a misplay. I think that this should let us live. I don't think they're policy. I really don't think that they're policy. I think that they're White Herb. Cool. So this needs crit to KO. Nice. And we should be able to take out the Kyogre right now. As long as we hit, we should be able to take it out. Even a really weak Dragon move here should be able to still get the KO as long as we hit. Let's go! Spatial Rend! Barely. Use it +2 with a vest, man. Like a champ. So Magearna's now +2. They're out of max turns. And I wonder what the last Mon that they have back. It's probably Indeedee, right? So we just go for a Steel Spike boost. Drago! Really? Alright, so we just ignore it. Like, what do you do? This should be able to take out the Cali. Yep, should be good. They go for all the protects they want. It doesn't really matter. They're going to be able to take out our Palkia, like, maybe, but they shouldn't be able to do anything to Magearna at all. Double protects. Are they waiting out their own Trick Room? That's kind of cool. I get a second Spadef boost, though. Or, sorry, a second defense boost, not Spadef boost. Okay. Alright, so let's see. The question is, right? I think I'm just going to try and protect here. And then what do I have in the back? I have Indeedee Groudon. So I can always send out Indeedee next turn, and then Chiara again. I'm gonna try and TR with this Palkia. Now Palkia outspeeds the Cali now, right? +2. Oh, this is last turn Trick Room. What am I doing? Yeah, there's still a Trick Room turn. I forgot there was still Trick Room mode. I thought Trick Room was gone. Yeah, +2 should trade really well. Magearna's pretty dope if you have the room service set. Good stuff. Soul Heart goes to +3. Dragon Energy. So Palkia might actually not die. Like, I'm not kidding. It's probably Dragon Fang. But there's a train on the board. Yeah, go Palkia, let's go! Let's go Palkia. That's fine. That's fine. That's really cool. And then we just win. Don't need to do anything else special. This is in case they protect for some weird reason. That battle's canceled. Can't believe they brought out the Drago. That was kind of ridiculous. So we'll take those wins though. We do stay taking those wins. I was talking about this earlier, and against teams like this, I think our only real out is to try and go redirection TR, and we just have to hope that their Cali does not have Imprison. That's the only out that I'm seeing here. So you leave Magearna, you leave the Indeedee. You want to leave the Magearna, I think, over the Palkia. That's actually a hard one. Yeah, you don't want to leave the Palkia because it can get deep leaned. Okay. I think you can bring the Groudon. I think you could actually get away with bringing Yveltal, but I'll bring Palkia instead. I want to try this. Oh, actually, do I want Palkia? And Sin might actually be freaking clean here. This is one of like the few situations you're ever going to see me want to use this thing. It's good versus Magearna. It's good versus Cali. It's usable versus Reshiram. But like Palkia is like bad versus Magearna. It's bad versus Reshiram. Like I don't think Palkia is the play here. I think Sin's better. You're very rarely ever going to see me like Incineroar, and this is one of the few situations. We can also fake out the Yveltal, even in the Psychic terrain, which is kind of nice, because they're probably maxing the Reshiram. So, Incin's actually kind of nice. So I can use the Incin later to like help me re-get up a second Trick Room if I need to. So let's go. Alright, so no Trick Room. Sorry, no stopping the Trick Room. Like, Trick Room's up. They just gotta deal with it. They can go for a Heat Wave. That's it. The only thing they can do is Heat Wave. Let's think about this. Can I be greedy here? Do you guys think it's... Alright, do you guys think it's Prankster Thundy or Defiant Thundy? And the question is it Defiant Thundy with Taunt? Because, like, I'm gonna go for the TR, but I'm actually still gonna attack. And it's this greedy, but I'm going to do it anyways. So it looks like Ultra Ball. That could be either. What do you guys think? What do you guys think it's going to be? Do you guys think it's, what kind is it? Alright, Big Thundy. Alright, I don't think they can just KO the Magearna. But we'll see. I wonder if I hit with the expanding, because, like, are they lightninging my Magearna? Darkness. Cool. Dashes up. So this is like a free, like you can tell right here. This is a free, like I clicked the right button. Even if they Heat Wave here and get the KO on Indeedee, I still clicked the right button. I think. I don't know if I go down, unless it's like Specs Heat Wave. Specs Heat Wave can miss though. Miss on Indeedee. Okay. Again, if you live, this is sick. Remember how I was talking about a little bit earlier? Remember how I was talking about a little bit earlier though? About how your Magearnas need to have about 100 points in Spadef? Maybe now we know why. Alright, that sucks. That's probably going to be game, but like, we'll see. Ah, that sucked, man. I wanted that TR. what they're going to be using here. Obviously, Entity's popping the protect. We'll see. We'll see. This is a weird turn. Darkness. I go into the Groudon slot. They hit the Entity again. Okay. Entity literally soaked 2 max moves without having to use Follow Me. That's kind of nuts, I think. It's like kind of nuts, and it opens up a spot for my Sim, which is really, really good. Because we can KO the Thundy next turn with like Groudon or Sin probably. Blue Flare. Ow, fuck my life. So it's not Specs. That's just a shit ton of damage then after the Spadef drop. That's huge how much damage that thing does. Must be full special attack, but there's no other multiplier. Huh. It's like a Wise Glass or something. We're back with neutral. But then we still didn't get the Trick 'em up. So it's like we still don't have any speed controls. We just lose. Man, that's so frustrating. But let's run some calcs real quick and see. So a showdown here. And go to damage calc. And you can see we're going to go like this. And let's put all the info in. The info is Magearna and Reshiram. And set them to 50, set doubles. Give Magearna a -1 from the max darkness. Set Heat Wave here. So you can see that Heat Wave did 98 to 116. This is our Magearna set right here. So they have to have... Oh, they have to have EVs, duh. I'm assuming that they're modest. So 106 to 126. That's how much it did against us. Remember, the Magearna set that I run is this. And so my Magearna set would have been able to potentially live it. They only had a 31% chance to get the KO. Another thing that you could do is like... Now, I just think that that's a better Magearna set, that's all. I run 204. I run 204, and I think I actually am still calm on mine. Because, like, you don't need to put points into special attack because you get so much of soul boost. Yeah, so, like, calm 204 lets you never, ever die from that, from the Reshiram. And they're not orbed, and they're not spexed. So, like, you'd be able to live it, like, every single time. So, that's that. I haven't even looked in this game. What happened? Did I win? No, I didn't win. So yeah, just think about maybe making your Magearna set a little bit bulkier. Because it's so reliant on getting up that Trick Room turn 1. This team is super reliant on it. You need to actually weather the storm, and then you can get up your Trick Room and you'll be able to win the game. We don't have a Lariat either. We have Throat Chop on the Insane. So that's definitely not the play. Do we have anything that lets us beat the Diancie tech? We have no Taunt. We have no way to stop. We have no Ghosts. So Diancie probably just gives us the business, huh? There's nothing we can do about it. There's like nothing. Like, we can Follow Me Away. Yep, that's the play. We can Follow Me Away the boosts. Okay. Yeah, that's the out. So like the Shuckle can't go for his tech if we Follow Me Away the Power Swap or whatever. Palkia can kind of come. And Sin's also kind of good. But definitely Groudon come. I like Yveltal here, but I feel like it's a slow loss versus Diancie. I'm going to bring the Palkia instead, and I know I'm going to regret it, but I'll bring the Palkia instead. Alright, let's try this. Let's see how we do here. Team looks like a headache. I mean, that's how it do be. But we'll see how this works. I think that, like, I don't want to over-tunnel in respecting Diancie. Because I can't really do anything against Diancie. They can minimize up, and, like, it's going to take me a while to get the boost that I need on Magearna. But, like, we'll see how this goes. If they get rid of my Indie, though, I'm super sad. I need to do this, though. In case it's Sash Cali, which I've seen a little bit, and I've heard people talking about it on Twitter. They're going to expect to follow me, so like they might just be doubling that slot anyways. Hard to say exactly what's going to be going on here. I'd rather get my attack up. Like, this is the one benefit of using the heavy special attack speed Entity is like, you can get like 10 to 15% chip on both of them before you die. And the fact they're not maxing, unless they're maxing Cali, which is like, go for it, max your Cali. As long as it's not policy, we're fine. Even if it is policy, it depends on who they're hitting. Because like a +1 defense, so yeah, +1 defense Magearna might not go down to a +2 Cali if it's a bulky Cali. Expanding Force is good damage. Right, Sash. Cool. This should get the KO. Yeah, that's, and if you Trick Room me, I now underspeed. I already do underspeed things, but I think the Dialga is Trick Rooming, and it's good for me. And if you send out the Chansey here, or if you send out the Shuckle here, we just go for the Follow Me. I know what's coming. Trick Room, right? Show me that Trick Room. Flash Cannon, no Trick Room, huh? Okay, works for me. Entity's fine. I really think that might have been a Sash Cali, though. Definitely still want to take that out. Gotta respect it. Where's the Chansey? Alright, you don't use good double into the Chansey. Because Chansey's just going to minimize. If they would have sent the Shuckle out, you'd have to follow me to stop the Shuckle from going for Quick Claw. What is it power? It's not Power Swap. It's what's the other swapping thing that it swaps its stats? They're going to max the Dialga. That's fine. We're going to set Terrain. Entity is faster, so we get one big Expanding Force with Entity. And if they go for a Quake, I don't know if they KO us. Guard Swap, thank you. Thank you, Guard Swap. I've played too much singles. And so, but the Quick Claw Guard Swap into the Chansey, we would lose. So we have to do our very best to just roll this Chansey while we can. So this is going to do decent damage. It looks like a heavy... It's probably actually a heavy HP Spadef Chansey. It probably is. I wonder if they're just going Soft Boil this turn. Look how much damage that did. Alright, so they're going to get their Minimize up, right? Well, that's the right play. They're just trying to wait up my max turns. It sucks. Quake, yep. They're just not going to hit my Entity anymore, I think. And that's the right play for them. I think that's the correct play is for them to just not hit Entity at all. And now they're getting Quake boosts. Like, I don't think we could win. This team has, like, absolutely no way to roll Chansey. Because we also can't necessarily time it. We have no way to, like, taunt or restore health or do anything like that. We'd have to crit. And then I think we just slow lose to, like... We're going to have to hit it with, like, an P-Blades or something. Because it's a heavy... It's full HP, Spadef, Eviolite on that set. It doesn't even have the defense EVs on that one. I think that Dialga should have maxed out that turn, since this is, like, the last turn that I can get away with this. Alright, so we're going to bring up Groudon. Yeah, Soft Blood's fine. There's no reason to nuke the Chansey here. I'm happy they didn't get away with Minimize. They could have gotten away with it that turn, so there was no reason for me to nuke it. There's the Quake. There's a second Spadef boost. Please KO. Nice. Alright, so I think we bring out the Groudon. I think it has to be Groudon. Groudon will finish off Dialga, and we start doubling to the Chansey. And yes, this is the turn that he can start going for his Minimizes and stuff, but like there's nothing else I can do about it. Like this is the best play that we're going to have. Groudon has to be able to kill this Dialga here. Groudon should be able to outspeed Dialga. I mean, our Magearna outspeeds, so it's fine. Diglett Dialga team. Dialga's great. Like Dialga's so busted. All right, we just go for Flash Cannon here. Groudon, bro, you gotta hit both these. Really, really importante here. Super important we hit both these. Like, we have to hit this Chansey right now before it gets any Minimizes up. Like, it's not even a question. We need to hit that Alga too, otherwise we basically lose. Awesome. Oh my gosh, that's so big. You see how much damage you do to the Chansey there? It's huge. And this is doing it before minimize. Yeah, I plan on using all the ones that you submitted on Patreon the week of TwitchCon next week, right before I go on my trip. I'm going to actually record videos for them. Awesome. This Flash Cannon is going to be really, really big. Well, not really. I'm at +3, but they're at +3 split depth. Look at that. It's nothing. Defense. Oh, we got a split depth drop. Nice. So if they go for a charm. Huh. No minimize. I bet they have it. I bet they have the minimize. But let's think about what we need to do. Is it Shuckle time? It is Shuckle. Okay. So we can just take out the Shuckle here. And then let the Chansey go for its one play. Yeah, Charm Chansey is actually really sick. I'm not gonna lie, that's pretty cool. Did we not even do this? It's so weak now. I still think we have to. We can kill the Shuckle. Keyblades needs to hit both! Okay. That damage. Oh, we got the Chansey! Let's go! Yes! Shuckle, where you looking, buddy? Huh? Huh? Where you looking, buddy? Get out of here, man. Get that out of here. That's why we stay in. There's no reason to switch. Yo, we take those, man. That was like basically not winnable, and we decided to win. Pretty good. Okay, I think in these sort of situations, we just have to hope that they don't have Imprison on Kali. Like, I think that's the play, is just hope that they don't have Imprison on Kali, because we can just go Redirection. Let's think about it. Redirect. Magearna might die to a big Spout, but Palkia won't. So let's go with the Palkia. They don't have any big, like, AoE attacks that would be able to really stop Palkia. So we bring Magearna Groudon in the back. Magearna's, like, okay. I kind of want the Instant, or I kind of want Yveltal, huh? Magearna's really good versus Urshi. I'll bring Magearna. I think Magearna's good Maxmon versus this. It's just kind of standard, kind of safe. If they go with Kali, if they're looking like Imprison, I think it's probably like a Bulldoze play with the Duskmane. I think I know what to do against it, so. But you don't normally see Duskmane, you normally see Soul, because Duskmane does get the speed drop. So like you don't usually go with the Bulldoze play on Duskmane. Bulldoze Kali into Duskmane, obviously. We'll see. If they have Imprison, they have Imprison. We'll play it out. Calyrex Zacian looks like so much like Imprison, right? Have you ever seen a more imprisonable Imprison? Did you know music? How's it going? I think you still have to go for the Follow Me, though. Follow Me Trick Room is a good play. We could go for the Follow Me because they're play roughing. Go for the Follow Me and just hit the Kali. If you have Imprison, you have Imprison. Yeah, Palkia's really good. Let's see if they have Imprison. I'll risk it. If you got Imprison, you got Imprison. If you have Imprison, your Kali set's lacking somewhere. And, like, we don't know where the Sash is. Like, if you're some sort of spec set and you're just trying to roll people, nah, you can't do it. You can click Expanding, it won't kill the Palkia, and Expanding plus, what is it? Expanding plus Player Up will take out the Entity. So we'll see. Good morning, good morning. How's it going? Cool, Trick comes up. Let's see if it's subbing. So Astral won't KO. This is your team, by the way. Player, awesome. Cool. Entity goes down, or Entity gets sashed. That's great. I think that's totally fine. So let's think about what we want to do with this exact board. Groudon can take out that Zacian easy peasy whenever I feel like it. I think I'm just going to double into the Kali. I think this is enough damage to get it off the board. So if anything has protected Zacian, I think the Kali might be choiced. What do you think about it so far? It's good. It's good. It's really cool. I like the team a lot. The only thing I actually said, if you ever go back and watch it, is that I think your Magearna should have just a little bit more speed depth. And we actually did the calc that shows how much you need. We also changed your Magearna. We also talked about changing your Magearna speed here just a little bit. Cool. Callie goes down. I think it was Specs. I think it was Specs Callie. So you can take out the Palkia, or you can take out the Entity. We needed to double into that. Yep, this is absolutely fine. So what's cool about this is we're going to be able to come in with Groudon here if we want, or Magearna. And I actually think Magearna is the right play. We're going to max the Magearna, and if we double into the Zacian, we'll be able to get a KO Expanding Force plus a Steel Spike. And then they're going to bring in, like, Ogre or something, right? And then we save our Groudon on the back to beat the Ogre. Cool. But yeah, I think Magearna needs a little bit more speed depth. That's the only thing that I think I would change about the team. I like the rest of the sets a lot. I also don't think you'd... Well, I talked about it already. I talked about it a lot already. But yeah, we're just going to go for an expanding here. Let's actually think about this. I hope that Ogre doesn't underspeed us, because we actually need it to do this damage to Zacian, but, like, it's fine. And this should be giving us a +2, because the Ogre is still going to be able to take out the Magearna unless he's maxing it. But we already got, like, 3 KOs on, like, hard TR teams, because they Trick Roomed in front of our Magearna with, like, Kali Ice and stuff like that. It was pretty sick. Let's go. Hopefully we can take the Zacian out. So max Ogre. Alright. We should be able to eat 1 Vortex, and then because it's maxed, we can just follow me at next turn if they don't take out the Entity. Room Service underrated. I agree, Room Service is a very good item. I don't think they can just KO the Magearna this turn. You know, they definitely wouldn't KO if our Magearna had a little bit more speed depth. We'd be even safer. Awesome. I'm happy that that got the KO. We got a crit. We didn't need it. We basically doubled into it on purpose with the Entity. The 2 Expanding Forces chunk a lot. So nice crit, but we obviously didn't need it. And Soul Heart boost for next turn. And let's see what they're going after. We do underspeed that Ogre. Look at that damage. I love your Entity. It's so good. Max Lightning. And they do after the Entity. Sick. I think the one thing that sets, like... The one thing that good players know how to use Entity well, you can tell when they know when they can weave in those little moves. Because it's that damage that goes in the Ogre that's really, really nice. It shows they're not vested, by the way. But also, like, the first Expanding Force we lead in versus Zacian that showed that, like, put it within range for that Steel Spike. It was so good. Now we can just bring out Groudon, and I think we can just double into it. What's Room Service? It says if there's a Trick Room active, you get a speed drop. So we're able to, like, underspeed Amoonguses and underspeed Callies and stuff like that. This Entity's big. He is big, boy. Big Entity energy. That's probably a choice item, or a weakness policy on that. But, like, I don't know how much that matters, because I think we can just get the Kyogre off the board. I'm going to T-Punch. There's a Terrain on the board, and I don't want to proc policy on Necrozma yet. Terrain's not going to be here for very long, though. That's fine. I don't think that... I think you just want to get the Kyogre off the board right now, and then we can deal with the Necrozma at our own leisure. Cool. Groudon should be able to take that out. You don't want a P-Blades here. I think that's the miss. I don't think it's a walking Kyogre. Okay. Awesome. T-Punch Groudon! Let's go! That was sick. Yeah, Entity's actually a little strong. Soul Heart. Okay. Trick Room turns. Last turn TR. So Groudon will outspeed them next turn. So that means we actually want to go for the P-Blades this turn, because they're going to hit before we can proc it. And then we basically get 2 P-Blades by using it this turn. And we might as well just go for, like, a defense boost, since they're both not very effective. But that's the game. That's the game. We gotta hit 1 P-Blades out of 2. We get 2 chances. We probably get, like, more than 2 chances. Actually, we get a lot of chances. We've never hit the P-Blades, right? We never proc the policy, which means we never have to worry about this thing. So we're fine. Steel Spike's gonna do a ton. Bro. That's so much damage! Magearna's such a bully. Alright, Groudon. So, like I said, they're going to hit here, and then Groudon gets to attack, and then Trick Room ends, and then Groudon's now faster, and then Groudon gets to attack again. So double the P-Blades, double the fun, double the wins with the big Groudon. You take those. Great team. Loved using this one. This one was a pleasure to use, I think. We talked about making some changes. I think the only changes I would make is I would make your Magearna just a little bit bulkier. It needs about 204 in Spadef to be able to live through things like Reshiram and Zard double-ups with like Heat Wave. If you're trying to go for like a follow me lead. So to live through those heat waves, it'd be nice to have a little bit more Spadef to be able to bulk things out. It also increases your matchup versus like Yveltals, increases your good matchups versus Kyogres. So like you know, making the Magearna a little bit bulky is pretty nice. I liked the Groudon set. I didn't bring Yveltal once in almost 2 hours of play, so like I don't really a Yveltal with leftovers and bulkier is nice, and you made an Orb to Palkia. I think Orb on Palkia would help a lot. I think Yveltal is cool, but I just don't find myself using Yveltal with this team. I understand the ability to go for like Indy to Yveltal, redirection Tailwind, and then go like Groudon Palkia is really, really nice. So that is definitely an option, but I didn't find myself in a single game where I wanted to bring Yveltal. Basically, against other hard TR teams, I was able to underspeed them with the Room Service, right? And against other aggressive teams, I was able to just set Trick Room and not need Yveltal. Like, I didn't need to... Because basically, if I get up a Tailwind, and then they get up a Tailwind, their Zacian and their Shadow Riders are still faster than my Groudon and my Palkia, right? So any team that can Tailwind, I just Trick Room them instead. So I feel like Yveltal is not needed, like, at all. Like, at all. I think you might even want to think about finding out what your worst matchup is, and then like putting a random mon in the Yveltal slot that could do something about it. Like, I don't know, are you really weak to like weakness policy proccing teams? Maybe think about putting like a Tapu Fini with Haze. Are you really, really weak to like Kyogre teams? Are Kyogre teams giving you a problem? Think about putting a Rillaboom. Or maybe even just something like weird. Like maybe just a Grimmsnarl with like dual screens. Sometimes dual screens is more than enough to just like give you an edge in a matchup where you normally wouldn't have any shots. So yeah, I personally am not a fan of the Yveltal, but I do think it definitely does work. Maybe even like just throw a Zent in there, like a potential wide guard user can mess people up a lot.